Alright, YouTubers, I'm back. It's time to do some window regulators in this Jeep that I took out many videos ago. These are Dorman, which we all know from auto parts stores. But I'm impressed, man. These came in a nice box, good quality. Smaller motor now, opposed to the old square box. I do have to change connectors. I had the newer style. They gave me an older style. Not a big deal. Cut and splice that in there. But everything looks good. It's got nice belts where it's supposed to have it for noise. You know, this is bolted as opposed to riveted, which is quite alright. Because I was planning on doing this motor for the rear regulator. And I was going to drill out the rivets. But I don't think that's going to work because this motor is a different bolt pattern and design. So we'll work on that one another day. But yeah, something looks really good quality. We'll see how it runs and noise-wise and all that. But let's get that in. Been a busy week. Right over here, this area, the 3 blocks, is where all the civil unrest, the protesting was here in LA. So I had a bit of a fun week. It was pretty crazy to be that close to this stuff. So yeah, I got my rivet gun. Finally bought one of these for the bigger rivets. Got plenty of the large rivets. And that's going to make it real easy. Bing, bing, bing. Hardest part's going to be rewiring that connector. But, and I think, yeah, everything just shoots right through this hole. Tuck it in there. Maybe not play. No, yeah, it'll tuck right in there. Alright, let's get through my video to figure out how to put it back in. But I really didn't show you how to take it out. But, I had to go that way. Does that make sense? It's going to go in and rotate that way. The motor's down to get this in. God, I need the tripod. Alright, but that's it. That's how it gets in there. That position. And before I go any further, I'm going to remove these connectors. Get the right connector. New style connector for me. Okay, as you can see, the old rubber glove and screwdriver is holding the window up. Got my wires spliced. However, I am going to, these are the right rivet size here. The door and the old regulator. But the new regulator, they're all drilled smaller. Almost looks like they're not tapped. So people do nut and bolt them. It just loosens up over time. I don't. So I'm just going to drill. I'm going to take the regulator out, drill all my sizes to a standard 1/4 inch rivet, which is what you're supposed to use anyway, as you can see. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah? Do it right. Before I go any further, I'm going to test this motor before I go drilling out any rivets, making it unreturnable. And the wires are not really clear. I guess it could go either way. Let me think about this. Up and down. I don't know. I wired it that way. Let's see what happens. So that's going to be up and down. Let's see. Yeah, a bunch of crap in the way. Can't move. Really? That's all you got? Can't go any further than that? My battery dead? Ah, look at that. The battery. Thing. Down. Up. Down. Yeah, I got it wired backwards. So I got to flip that. Good thing I checked and didn't make any permanent connections. So the hole they give you is, well, that's not it, this is it here. Actually, that's almost what I need. I believe it's 13/64. So it is. So they 13. Can I better read? That's what they give you, and this is what you want. You want a quarter inch hole. The old ones, yeah, it's actually a little bigger than quarter inch. They'll probably do that for slop, for lining up shit. I'm gonna try and get away with just quarter inch holes. Bang, 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 bang. Just give it that little bit of, not too much bigger. Two drill bits looks like. Now, important thing I will say when using a drill index is going from this size to that size. Don't get cocky and skip a bit. You got to go in sequence. So what will happen is you'll most likely break a drill bit, or you'll your damage of tweaking the metal. Sometimes the metal's not this thick. This is kind of thin actually too. So always go in sequence. Don't get lazy. Believe me, learn from my experience. I've done it one at a time. All right, and while I have this out, the motor out, I'm gonna do my soldering. Actually, I'm just gonna use these heat shrink. These are a nice 3M product. They have heat shrink tubing and some glue. They may even have heat shrink, heat activated sealant. Yeah, there's a sealant. This is nice. These are nice waterproof connectors. These have been out for many, many years. 3M probably very expensive compared to other stuff nowadays. But with these, you just want to get that's the right length right there. That much in there. You don't want to go too deep because you'll hit the other one. This one looks like it's a little long. So you want to get a nice, I'll just cut a C hair off of there. Want a nice even connection, and then you just heat it up with your Harbor Freight micro torch. This thing kicks ass. I had another one from decades ago, and it just took up a little lighter, and it just didn't last that long. But yeah, you just refill these with butane. Great investment. All right, get that done. So it's obviously going right on the motor. I checked the wiring. I did have it backwards. For some reason, there's a red out of here and red on the car, or the opposite, to make the motor go up versus down. Who knew? All right. All right, I hope you can hear me over the fan. It's getting a little hot in here. Out of the box, this looks like it's a little bit of grease here. They don't give you much. And this is all like cotton or felt of some sort in there. These motors work slow. These are old technology, but man, like I have to start the vehicle for the thing to finally move. I guess the battery could be a little low, but I think I'm going to hit this with some more lubricant. I don't know if they have enough. I'd like to see it. I mean, it's only getting, it's got to slide this whole way though. There's only lubricant here. I don't know if I'm going to do silicone spray, some lithium grease. It shouldn't get dirty. This door is pretty sealed up. That's what you're going to be worried about. Once you get dirt in there, then you have dirt and grease. But maybe just silicone spray for now, just to give it a little help. And I don't think that'll interact with this grease. All right, just a little food for thought for anybody putting this in. I don't think there's enough lubricant myself. So I'm finally getting to use this rivet gun I bought. What I'm doing is I'm getting all the rivets in. So otherwise you're going to have some that don't line up. This one just fell out. I gave that one pump on those two. Now I'm going to go down here, get one started up here. Kind of like a torque when you torque something. Just to get them all started, because this does move around a bit, and you don't know if you're grabbing to the two pieces. That's a good idea to do. And then yeah, I'll go back and you just pump it. It's usually 3 times and they break off. And you're good to go. Alright, let's see how it goes. I did silicone spray on the track. lot better. Still gotta hook it up to the window. I want to get it down. I think here it comes down. Oops. Has to go like that. Yeah, it moves a lot smoother. Hear that noise though? I like that. Might put some padding here. There was padding on the original motor. Might quiet that down a bit. Plastic will be back on. Let me get that window hooked up. That's for the armrest. Might as well fix that while I'm here. Got the rivet gun. Alright. Moving on to the left rear. I have taken this motor off the regulator because I was saying this bolt pattern is different. So I need to get this whole bracket off as well. This bracketry is the same. It's just the actual motor bolting to this is not the same. So I need to get this bracket onto that regulator. Capiche? So the only thing holding these two sandwiched together is these little rivets here. And that just kind of sandwiches between the regulator pipe there. So check that out. Those will come out real easy. I'm gonna cut all those. Put out my grinder. This is a nice looking motor though. Nice, a lot of grease in there. It's a nice big plastic bushing as opposed to that one had a brass. It's pretty good too. Better with plastic, huh? Oh well, these motors are way better than that ancient 80s technology. So let's tackle this. Come bring it over to the vise and do some grinding. Alright, I work like a glove. Just indexed my drill bits up 1, 2, 3 until I hit just that outside of that rivet. I was able to separate it. Now I can get this bracketry on my old regulator, which I'm going to clean up. Because look at that mess. Was that grease at one time? What is that? That's probably the felt that's in there. And silicone, soak that in silicone spray. Clean that all up and put that together. Okie dokie, all lubed up. Silicone spray down the underside. These are the 3 rivets I drilled out. I can get one in there. These ones are real tight clearance underneath. So I don't think I could even start one of these. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But let's see, we're going to have 3 bolts sandwiching it. This is going to sandwich it. Ideally, you should have something here. I could put a nut and bolt because there's a lot of stress. Maybe I have a shallower rivet. And actually, if I loosen these, I can get it up a little bit, but I can't get it off because the gear is there. So maybe I can get a rivet in there. I'd like to get 1, 2, 3 again. Before I do that, I want to make sure I got it on here right. Make sure it sits in the door. Do that. We're gonna start this thing and back it up because it's tight spot. No. What am I talking about? I can get under there. Let's do this whole thing like that. Then rivet it and bolt it onto the motor. Duh. All right. Okay. All back together. Did 1 rivet this way, the other 2 this way for clearance. All back together, tested it, wired it properly, the connector. Only thing I did forget, like the other one, I have to index up in size the drill bits, the door rivets. These ones are good. It's just the actual motor. Alright.